Yo, 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 what's going on? This is the NRW, where nerds rule the world. Back again, I am Kuya P, and I'm here with Heather. Don't hurt him, Heather Hurt from New Release Wednesday, as well as Tales from Behind the Comics Counter. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's our brand new podcast. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm super excited for that. So as always, as you know, Heather and I, we love ourselves some Disney Plus. And, you know, we talk all things Marvel. We talk things Boba Fett. We talk things Mandalorian. So, of course, we had to talk Jedi and Boba Fett. Well, not Boba Fett. Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's
same,
out
same.
now.
Same.
Same thing, Star Wars. Yeah, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, it's here. Episode 1 and 2 dropped at the same time. And as of this recording, episode 3 is out there. I'm going to throw it off to the trailer right now, and then we'll come back with our thoughts. A little bit of a breakdown on the first 3 episodes, the characters, and just our thoughts on Obi-Wan Kenobi. So here we go. Here's the trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They're coming. Stay hidden, or we will not survive.
Leave us alone.
When the time comes, he must be trained.
Like you trained his father? You still want Kenobi? He's gone.
Maybe you've been looking in the wrong places. I want every lowlife and bounty hunter to squeeze him.
Boom, there you go, Star Wars fans. Obi-Wan Kenobi is here on Disney Plus. And as you see, I have Heather Hurt to talk with me on episodes 1 through 3. She'll break down the storyline a little bit, and then I'll talk a little bit about the amazing actors that are playing these cast of characters, and then we'll get into our thoughts. So Heather, don't hurt them.
So the year was 2005. We all walked out of the movie theater not understanding at all what we just watched in episode 3. And here we are 10 years later. Wait, no, that's not right. Where did that 10 years go? It's not 2015. It took another 7 years for it to get greenlit. But we are sorry. That was just fun. So technically, this is happening 10 years after the end of not Clone Wars, Sith, episode 3. So sorry, trying to get my timeline. It's an expanded universe, guys. We got an expanded universe now. And Obi-Wan Kenobi has been stuck. He has taken Luke to his aunt and uncle, and that is where we start. In so many ways, we start on Tatooine. I'm getting the right planet, right?
Everything though happens on Tatooine, apparently, even
true.
with these new series.
Exactly. And Hoth. Somehow or another, we always end up back on Hoth. Who wants to be stuck in winter? Who? Anyway, so Tatooine, we're there. Obi-Wan has basically found himself as, kind of like that hourly worker, somewhat stealing food. We kind of went a little Rey in his storyline. He's kind of doing what he can to make ends meet so we can watch Luke. He's very careful. He's very watchful because the Inquisitors have begun searching out whoever is remaining of the Jedi. They're a small group of previous Jedi. This is something that apparently many people don't understand. They are Jedi. They were Jedi. That's why they carry lightsabers. That's why they understand the Force. That's why they know who these people are. Just listen to the words that they are saying and you will know what is happening. But so the Inquisitors are going out. He's very careful. And then kind of in the middle of everything, switch over and Leia, a 10-year-old Leia, gets kidnapped by Flea. Red Hot Chili Peppers are apparently very popular in space. So he is taken over as a bounty hunter, or maybe they're not as popular, because if he's a bounty hunter, they must not be great anymore. Just kidding. Red Hot Chili Peppers are always great. So she gets picked up as one of the Inquisitors who, and I'm going to totally forget her name. The one played by Moses.
Riva.
Riva.
Yes.
I'm sorry. The reason I remember is I keep saying Viva. Riva with an R. She has figured, she looked back in the archives and she found that Obi-Wan had a connection with Padme's children and the adoption of Leia by the Organas. So she knew that they were connected. So she picked him up. Once again, listen to what Riva says, and it will clear up all of that confusion, and it's not a retcon. And so she goes and kidnaps Leia. And then, similar to the Mando series, we are now in a search to get the child home. This is actually why why Kenobi was technically delayed a year, is because it was too much like The Mandalorian. But we're kind of in that same pattern. We have an adult taking a child away from the Empire, trying to keep them safe and taking them home. And at this point, at the end of episode 3, we have seen him back. The first time he has fought in the series, Darth Vader has found Obi-Wan, and I think that's it. I think I got most of the big points.
Yes, episode 3, just like, yeah, just if you're a Darth Vader fan like me, you loved episode 3. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's break down some of these amazing actors in this new series of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Of course, we had to have Ewan McGregor back, taking over from Alec Guinness, who we know from the original Shirley, who is also an icon, but as we saw from those new films, that when we did get introduced to Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's definitely worthy of taking over that mantle. But just got to give also respect to Alec Guinness, because forever, as an older head that watched that and remembers that, when they were announcing that we would have the new ones, and I was like, Ewan McGregor, he's that weird guy from that one film, and he killed it. So
I don't know, 11-year-old me absolutely loved that it was Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, but as the kid that grew up with Alec Guinness, though, like, will he? Is he good enough? Yeah, and he definitely sufficed. And so just shout out, though, I just wanted to give the proper love, though, to Alec Guinness, who was the first actor that gave us Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yes, the lovable Ewan McGregor is back as Obi-Wan. Could not have anybody else. So super excited about that. We get introduced to some new characters. The Inquisitors, led by Rupert Friend as the Grand Inquisitor. He's the guy with the bald head and got the little markings on his forehead. Totally doesn't look like his normal self, because he's a sexy, I think, Irish guy.
Yeah, sure. He's got like those nice classic
jawline.
Hollywood. Yeah,
sexy guy. But in this, crazy looking guy, not the Rupert that we normally know, but is amazing as a Grand Inquisitor. And by his side, of course, we have the fifth brother, who is played by one of my favorite Asian American actors of all time, Han, aka Sung Kang, who we know from the Fast and Furious franchise, as well as Better Luck Tomorrow, that we all know as Han. So love that Sung Kang is in there representing as one of the brothers. And then, of course, my new all-time fave, who is just deserves all the love and kills it. Her scenes, she steals every scene, I have to say. As good as Rupert and Sung Kang are, Moses Ingram as Reva, Inquisitor Reva, just steals it, y'all, and just kills it, and has like this fetish for Obi-Wan. She will stop at nothing to get his ass, and that's what we're seeing through these first 3 episodes. And just, I love her so much. And with that, though, being said, as much as I love her, there's some fans that don't love her, and you know what? Whatever to y'all, Moses is everything. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't have time for idiots who just are ridiculous in their feelings about Reva. I'll let Heather, if she has comments to say about that later, if she wants to chime in now. I know she has a whole lot of feelings, but
I have never stood on a soapbox before. I say this in every episode.
Never.
I've never done it once. I say it every time. So, well, I'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay. But we love Moses Ingram. Shout out to her as Inquisitor Reva. Also joining us is the amazing Vivian Lyra Blair, who is our young Leia Organa. Oh my gosh, this little girl is so brilliant so far. So shout out to her in fulfilling those shoes from Carrie Fisher. Super excited about that. Also looking at this cast list in episode 3, as we saw, Darth Vader is back. However, we haven't really seen the mask off yet. I don't know if we will, but Hayden Christensen, who we know from the original, along with Ewan back in the day, is back as Darth Vader. So very curious what kind of Hayden are we going to get? You know, if it's going to be all in Darth Vader's costume, will we see a little bit of that to get that feeling that we know from back in the day when he was, you know, Anakin? I'm very curious on that. So more to come on that front with Hayden Christensen, but happy to see him back. A delight to see in episode 1, Kumail Nanjiani as Haja Estri. So good. The fake Jedi who is stealing from the poor, but then also has a heart, I guess, at the end. That was really cool to see. I love Kumail Nanjiani. So it was brilliant and exciting to see him in the Star Wars universe. Other actors, Joel Edgerton as Owen Lars, you know, the one looking over young Luke. He is back again because we've seen him in the role before. And then another cast of characters, Flea of note. That was also exciting to see as a Red Hot Chili Peppers fan that Heather brought out there. Both my wife and I, because my wife was watching it as well. We're Chili Peppers fans. We're like, it's Flea with clothes on, which is weird.
Yeah, that's why my husband is a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. And I was like, that's Flea, right? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, he looks so weird when he's in clothes. I couldn't recognize him. Like, yeah. Flea, you don't have to wear a shirt. It's okay. We know who you are. It's okay. We get it.
We love Flea. Flea's amazing. Also of note, which I don't think we've seen yet, but he's listed in the credits, and there's a bunch of other brilliant actors. But just noticing some that I'm familiar with. O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's son. Have we seen him yet? He's listed as appearing in 3 episodes, but has he been in these first 3 that we've seen, Heather?
No, he is in 4, 5, and 6, so we have not seen him yet. And I didn't even know he was on the cast list.
I'm excited. O'Shea Jackson. All right, so there you go. Those are the casts. And again, love and light to all the rest of the cast members and crew. But those are the top casts that we're going to list at this moment. So there you go. That is the story breakdown thus far of 1 through 3 without too many spoilers, and as well as the cast. So let's get into our feelings. Heather, you ready to talk about this a little bit? What we think about Obi-Wan?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what do you think coming off 10 years since I guess Revenge of the Sith, right? He's been in his own kind of a recluse state, Obi-Wan. When we're getting that flashback, maybe it's because I haven't seen those episodes in so long, but I kind of felt like were some of those redone or shot specifically for this instead of just taking bits from those old films. Because like I don't remember certain scenes of like, you know, when they passed and we brought the kids to stay with this person, that person. Just some of those shots or scenes I don't recall. So like I feel like I got to go back and watch them again.
It's because the reason you don't remember any of the scenes after Padme dying is because Padme's death was so bad, you blocked everything else out. And then, you know, when you hear James Earl Jones just go, no, you're like, no, I'm just turning this off. Right?
That might be right.
You just blocked out those moments because people are like, what is Obi-Wan Kenobi doing? Like, we know that he's just been sitting there on the planet watching Luke. That's technically all he's doing. No, Yoda gave him very specific instructions at the end of Sith. And I'm not going to hate on the first 3 episodes. I will definitely not hate on the originals. Excuse me. Bad prequels. I will not hate on the prequels. I was a medium-sized child at that time, and I enjoyed 1, 2 was kind of meh, and 3 was only the end. Only the end really just set it off. But everything else, like they're actually pretty fun. If you go through, some of them might have been updated, like visually, like they might have just fixed them up. But no, those were all in the films. I would suggest if you haven't seen them in a while, you should try and rewatch 1 through 3. At least watch 3, at least so you can see where they are in the show. And of course, you do want to watch Clone Wars. This is one of those where if you haven't watched the Clone Wars series yet, in episode 1, you have a very specific relation. Well, you have 2 very specific moments in relation to Clone Wars. Go watch Clone Wars. So,
okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I don't remember that. I do know they were separated and they saved the kids, but yeah, just some of the scenes I didn't recognize. But I are we on Tatooine again? It just seems wild. We just keep on going back to this desert planet of all the universe.
Yeah.
I had another friend comment online like, we had this huge universe and back on Tatooine. Like, what the hell?
Well, that's where his uncle is. It's where his family's from. I mean, it's just, at some point you just got to go back home. We might not want to go back home, but we all end up back home at some point. So it's fair.
But actually, you know what? I take that back. It does make sense because that is where Luke is. And that's where they left him. And that's why it goes back to there. But I did like the fish factory, desert fish factory that he's a part of and making a living at. That's kind of cool.
Absolutely.
I like that visual. That whole visual is really cool. Like, it makes sense.
It also is a really good example of where his mentality is, where you would never see a Jedi steal, you would never see a Jedi lie, you would never see a Jedi hold back. And in literally one scene, he steals, he holds back, and he lies, like straight up. When I say lie, it's more like lies to himself. But he doesn't save someone, he steals food. He has fallen. You see where Obi-Wan has fallen so far in his mental state, because he is so scared and all he wants to do is watch this child and make sure that he's safe. That we don't have the Obi-Wan we had. Everything is just broken. He lost his best friend, his brother, and that scene meant so much more than just some guy cutting up fish in the desert. It was an absolutely wonderful moment. So
oh yeah, so very true. I like that, and you're right to illustrate how far he's fallen. Well, not I wouldn't say fell back or just to fallen. Yes, he fallen to endure all that and see that representational through just watching it. That tells it all without having to say it. I totally forgot before we got to that scene. I have to give love and light to my homie, Derek Bosco, who runs a bar. And when we get introduced to these Inquisitors, he has to go toe to toe and face to face. So I just, as a friend, seeing a friend up there in Star Wars, I was like, okay, Derek, because as Star Wars fans, and they make all the toys. Pretty much every character gets a toy. So I was like, yo, I gotta have my Derek Bosco Star Wars figure now. Like, let's see it. But I was just happy to see him. But yes, we get introduced to the Grand Inquisitor. We get introduced to Reva, the fifth brother. That was just a cool scene. And then to see my boy step to him and kind of not say anything about the Jedi that was in their midst was kind of cool. But what do we think about this new foils that we get introduced to the Inquisitors? Grand Inquisitor, fifth brother, and Reva, the controversial Reva to some folk.
Okay. Right. Should I stay on the soapbox now, or do you want me to wait till the end? It's a
You
serious
can get
question.
on the box. It's all good because you don't do it. You don't normally do it. So
I've
why
never
not?
done it, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to say this. I love the character of Reva. I can understand some of the basic complaints. First, the Inquisitors are really fun. We have been introduced to them before once again in the Clone Wars, even though technically it's in the future. How the Grand Inquisitor is going to come back from a hole in his stomach, I have no idea, but that's all right. It's all right. But I will say this. I can understand some basic complaints about the writing of the character. And you know what? We saw the same with characters like Finn. We had these amazing characters, amazing concepts, incredible actors. And some of the writing just went off. I will say for Finn, the difference is that Star Wars gave in to the criticism, the racist criticism, and just retcon basically his entire character. And that's just shit. But to get on my soapbox for a while, you are not racist, or your racism is not gone back by you all of a sudden saying that you loved Finn. Bullshit, because he is no longer on social media. Boyega is no longer on social media because of you assholes. But I will take that a step further. If it is not the race, if it is not the race and it's only the gender, then you're a sexist asshole. Moses is an incredible actress, and she's an incredible actor. And if you are nitpicking anything about her as a human, you are a racist, misogynist, sexist pig. Period. And as Ian McGregor put it, you are not a real Star Wars fan. I hate the term real because anyone can be a fan. You don't have to love, you don't have to be engulfed, you don't have to be so centered in that fandom to be a true fan. But guess what? If you are finding that you cannot like something because you are a racist, misogynist, sexist asshole, then guess what? You are not a fan. You are not a real fan. You are not a true fan. You are just a piece of shit. Get the fuck out of our fandom. So that is my soapbox. I'm going to come down. Other than that, I love the Inquisitors. Honestly, I think they are some of the best characters. I would like to see more of Reva. I would like to see her more in a verbal sense, because I feel like they could do, just like with so many other characters, not just her, not just Finn, so many other characters it's like they're pieced together and we never get to see all of them. I want to see Reva just come in and brawl and just beat the shit out of someone, because I think that she could do it. She is going to be the badass and just take away this series, and I'm just so excited to see her. Fifth brother is going to be interesting, her relationship with him. Is she going to kill off another one? I would not be surprised if fifth brother becomes the next victim to her saber. I'm excited, and I'm kind of excited to see that fight. So
hell yeah. And I want to see, beyond just fighting and destroying these cats, in another aspect, because we have such tension and ferocity that she has, I guess, explaining that story. I want to know that drive. I'm sure we're going to get it because it has to be established. You've stated this, because right now she's just looking like the angry Inquisitor. And I hate to say it, the angry Black female trope, right? So I'm hoping we get to really see what lies underneath that, to really let her unleash her acting chops that we know she's so brilliant with. Yeah, I love it.
We do get a little bit of it when she sees the Jedi logo in the bunker in episode 3. You see that it's something that's far, far deeper. And I'm really hoping, and this is a comment towards Star Wars, I'm really hoping that they give us that full story. And even if it's not in this series, Reva herself deserves, maybe her own mini, her own, like, you can tell that there's something much greater, and it was directly impacting every organization. There is problems. What was it that within the Jedi organization that got her to where she is today? Because that would be an absolutely fantastic story.
I'm with that. She's so interesting. She's so compelling. So yes, I would love that. And also, just real quick, not to get on the soapbox again, because we don't do that here. When all this energy was happening online and ridiculousness, we know how much the divide is between Star Trek and Star Wars. Did you see Anson Mount come out?
Yes,
and his love for Moses,
great.
because of that, and because the new Star Trek Strange New Worlds is brilliant from all accounts. To see that new show and this show, to see that love between the two Star Wars universes, and have him speak out as well, and Ewan spoke out as well, which was brilliant. It was just because it's ridiculous, y'all racist, misogynist assholes, fuck y'all. But when I saw that, I just have to highlight that, because that was really cool, because we talk about that Star Trek, Star Wars versus each other fandom. To see them come in love, that was just amazing to see. So just putting that out there. Shout out to Anson Mount in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Y'all check that out as well.
It's so good.
We're now running away. What did you think of Kamal Nanjiani and that whole when they're together in that introduction, in his amazingness?
He's one of those actors where I believe that the director is just like, do whatever the fuck you want as long as you say your lines. Like, I honestly feel like that's what they just tell him, because he's just brilliant in everything he does, but it's brilliant in the exact right Kamal kind of way. Like, it's like different variations of the same character, and they're all him, and they're like, it just fits. So be yourself. Like, I love it. He was phenomenal, and he was just that first piece of the path, and it's really exciting. Cannot wait to see more of what is the path. Could be exciting.
Totally. And I have to say though, I was slightly worried because as badass Reva is, because he's gonna try and stop Reva on their way. I'm like, oh, don't die, please, Reva, don't, because I know you're a badass. Don't hurt him. But she was like, oh, you know, but you ain't gonna tell. But I'm gonna find out. Just whatever she was. Okay, I got it. Be gone. Like, you're nothing to me. You're a flea. And because I love, I'm like, please don't kill him. No, she ain't gonna. She don't need a bother. She don't even need a bother.
She doesn't need to worry about it. She doesn't worry about it.
So that was awesome. That was, I believe, a little bit of episode 1, I think, in a way.
Two. That was 2.
2.
The runaway was 2. So they're in the crazy town. Which did you know the pink haired girl was Ian's daughter?
No,
Ewan's daughter. Yeah,
I missed that.
He got his daughter in there. The
That's
one who
cool.
gave him the drugs. That's really sweet.
Oh yes, that was. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I remember that. God,
yes,
that's his daughter. That's so sweet. I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
But okay, so I'm going to bring up the first complaint, and it's. Have you noticed that it seems like they're not using a stabilizer? And the fight scene behind you is a perfect example of it. It's like whoever they're having do the fight scenes. I'm sorry, I'm itching so much. I'm on an allergy situation, so I'm sorry. It's like they're running, but they're not using a stabilizer. So it's like doing this, and it's actually pulling me out of the show, and it's been really disappointing because the scene, like the one right behind Kuya P, it was phenomenal. We got our Darth Vader v Obi-Wan, and it's completely ruined by really shitty camera work. Did you notice that at all? I
did, and you have me thinking, like the differences. I'm curious if like, we just had the Andor trailer drop, right, for that new teaser, which is like, you know, the sort of like prequel a little bit, where it's a little bit grittier in approach and style, very realistic, a little bit more than kind of like these grandiose Star Wars, you know. I'm curious if that kind of team, and they're trying to do that effect with it, because in certain ways I do like it personally, contradictory to you, Heather, but in certain ways it can take me out of it, and I can understand that. Yeah, when you don't have a stabilizer, you can definitely tell shot selection. So, and having a different camera person, DP, I don't know. I enjoy differences sometimes personally, but I can completely understand your point that if you have a certain feel with what you normally like with it, that it could take you out of it. But yeah, and especially in episode 3, I would say, right? That, yeah, and then because we had Vader fight in the scene behind me, and then the fire that actually, you know what, the fire kind of, when the fire was happening, when he did the, you know, spoiler alert, when the getaway occurred there. That I actually got taken out in that point a little bit, the way that was shot and differences. Yeah,
I've loved. I don't know where everyone's getting all these complaints about inaccuracies in the plot. I mean, there's always, when you have a massive universe like this, there's always going to be canonical errors. But all of the ones in this are very minor. No, Leia is exactly who she needs to be. Stop bitching. She is exactly who
I love little Leia.
She's adorable, and oh my god, Space Mom would be so proud. She'd be so proud because that's exactly who she is. But there's just the only thing that really bugs me is how some of this has been filmed, and there was some in the first episode too. I'm okay with movement shots. Like sometimes you just got to follow the way it's going, but it's like they're running, and it's like, I can't follow the shot when you're doing this with the camera.
I agree. Yeah.
But it's, so of all of the things that I have been upset about, quote unquote, that would be the only thing that I can say. There's been some very minor poor writing. Once again, I want, but it's, whenever you say you want more of something, that means that it's not bad. That just means that you are craving more of what you have gotten. And I want more of it. Give me more, damn it.
I feel that. You reminded me of episode 1 where Leia, I like that playoff where who is this person in this thing, in this costume that they're dressing up? Then it's her friend that she got so she could go out into the forest. That was a cute scene. And then later on, I don't know if it was in that same episode, but then she has to go to this princess thing with her family, and then she has this obnoxious cousin or whatever this kid is, but like who disrespects the robots. That was a dope scene. Like, you know, she shows proper respect and just how people should just be. And then you like this, and she quickly puts him in his place. And then later on, they're like, you gotta have to apologize. I'm not apologizing to him. I was like, let's go. I love
run away. But my favorite part of that scene is her father going, she ran away. not even consider it. It's like, I know she ran away. Like it's what happened. She's not coming down. That's so Leia, and even more so, I think we get to see a better version of Padme's daughter, and you see so much of that between episode 2 and 3 with Obi-Wan's relationship. It's like he's like, all I'm seeing, and it's also so much of his funnel vision when it comes to his own problems is he is not able to see past Padme and oh my god,
Anakin.
Oh my god, I just was gonna say Darth Vader. No, I'm sorry, that's on me. Y'all can come into the comments and hate on me for that complete pass off. But he can't get past them, so he's having that. There's a great scene, and I'm sorry to call out Harry Potter. I should never call out Harry Potter because J.K. Rowling shit. But there's a great scene where you know, Sirius accidentally calls Harry James, and you get that a lot in this episode. In these 2 episodes, it's I almost want to call you Padme, and I can't break from that because I'm so funnel visioned on them. But at the same time, she is so Padme's daughter, and it's absolutely adorable. It's so cute. Love
it. All right. Any other thoughts on 1 and 2 before we get to 3? Just our thoughts on 3?
No. I think we're good.
Okay. So 3, fucking Darth Vader, his introduction, like coming into the village, shit. just breaking neck. I lost my mind, yo. But
I don't know. So there have been complaints on the interwebs about how he is not aggressive enough. What? He literally killed a kid's father, and then killed the kid, and then dragged some woman through the street, and then killed her. What do you people want? That's so Darth Vader. He would totally go, kill random innocent people to get what he wanted, and that's exactly what he did.
Yo, there was just a presence.
Yes.
As soon as it happened, like I got to give shout outs. Okay, maybe the camera work, like you said, you know, there's some camera work issues within that, but like the score, the coloring that they did of the film, the way just shot selections, they definitely felt it. That we're gonna bring Darth Vader in now, and he just massacred dudes in a way, you know, but without really it just wow. That's just what my memory is of 3 right now. Like,
and what you said of Anakin at when you were talking about the characters, having that moment at the beginning where you see Anakin in his mind, you can tell that someone's getting in. He doesn't have all the barriers up he used to have. So you see just a broken Obi-Wan. I think that 3 is the perfect example of he's still a small piece of the Jedi is there, but he can't grasp it anymore. And the episode was emotional. It introduced us to some great characters and some incredible plot points. And of course, I don't know what I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that was like peak Darth Vader footage, and people are upset that what do y'all want? It was so good. The fight was great. His one-handed fights, I love his one-handed fights because they look so awkward all the time. But I'm so excited. Him coming back. This becoming more of a Darth Vader show. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it blew me away, and so I'm, there's not much to say. Like we still have 4, 5, and 6 to come, but just that back and forth, and Nah, that just was a beast of an introduction that just kind of blew me
Mhm.
away. And yeah, I'm craving more how that plays with him kind of leading the Inquisitors with, you know, Grand Inquisitor Riva and fifth brother, and yeah, where we're going from here. I'm so excited for this ride now. Yeah, I don't know have much to say on 3 other than just Darth Vader.
That
blew my
was a
mind.
great.
And
That was a
it.
great. That entire episode could have been that like 5-minute scene, and I think that it would have been a perfect episode.
Exactly. But we're here for all the other characters and just all the brilliance that is there, and see how these all plot out for the rest of the 3 episodes that we have after this, because it's a 6-episode season. Oh no, we have 4 more or 3 more?
3 more. No, sir. I'm agreeing.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
saying 3.
we have 3 more
Thank you.
episodes. Yes. So there you go. Those are our thoughts, 1 through 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Heather, this was so much fun doing this again with you. Hopefully we'll have our fellow NRW partner in crime, reviewer Glenn, who, you know, we've had him with the Obi-Wan and Mandalorian and Boba Fett. I said Obi-Wan.
Mhm.
This is Obi-Wan. Hopefully we'll have him with us to do Obi-Wan, as we do, like we did Mandalorian and Boba Fett. But yeah, we're all about it, and yeah, this is good times. Heather,
Yep.
what do you have going on, and how can the people reach out to you before we leave up out of here?
Sure. You can catch my brand new podcast where I speak with real people who really work within the comics industry on our brand new show. I just posted the first episode. Tales from Behind the Comic Counter talks about stories that haunt our dreams and feed our souls. So definitely watch it if you need something just lighthearted and fun. You can follow me on the tweeters at Nerd is a Heather, and on TikTok and Instagram at Heather is a Nerd.
All right, there you go. Follow Heather, and for me, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. Of course, Show Pal Show, AAPI Toy Heroes, and here with the whole cast, especially my girl Heather at the NRW and at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Stay tuned for our 4, 5, and 6 recap of Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. Boom.